Hey guys, 224Big back with another reaction video, and this time I'm going to react to another Walt Culture video, but this time it ain't Walt Culture Wrestling, it's actually just Walt Culture. It's like other than just wrestling video games, so. And this time, the reason I'm reacting to this one has me very in particular with what this video is. It said, this video is 10 things Marvel wants you to forget about Spider-Man. I really actually want to react to this video and check this out at the same time, because I kind of want to see what Walt Culture has to say about this, because Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel superhero, which is why I kind of want to see this as well. And this is like one of my first time actually reacting to a Walt Culture video other than, you know, just Walt Culture Wrestling. So, which is really I just want to do right now, because also just being Marvel related with Spider-Man and everything, I kind of want to see what they're going to say in this, because I have a feeling Marvel does want you to forget some things about Spider-Man, but I don't know what, I just don't know what exactly are that, and yeah, because they, over the years, sometimes they just kind of screwed a bit with Spider-Man, so Peter Parker Spider-Man anyways, not Miles Morales just yet, so. But in any case, I'm going to actually shut up and just move on to the video, shall we? So, in 3, 2, 1, and now.
Spider-Man does whatever he wants, I suppose. He's part Spider. Spidey's been a global icon and one of the most recognizable comic book characters for more than 50 years.
Yep.
Even everybody's friendly neighborhood wall crawler has participated in some moments that are best left forgotten.
Yeah.
With dozens of creators tackling Spidey over the years, all bringing their own unique take on the character and his supporting cast, we've seen some of the very best stories the medium's ever produced, as well as many ideas that are too difficult or ridiculous to execute over the long term.
Spider-Man
As
70
such,
show.
I'm Ben from What Culture, and here are 10 things Marvel wants you to forget about Spider-Man. Number 10. Spider-Man can't graduate.
What?
Presumably co-starring Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, and Michael Cera, old P.T. Parker is on the verge of graduating college when the dean informs him that he's one credit short. But
What?
which credit is one of the Marvel Universe's most intelligent individuals missing? Jim, of course. Get it? Because he's a nerd. The situation is supposed to be another demonstration of the infamous Parker luck. Typical. At least this time the
Parker
Parker
luck
luck didn't
sucks.
lead to the death of a loved one like Uncle Ben or Gwen Stacy.
Oh, don't even
and
get me
just
started
meant
on that.
More dodgeball.
There's a good energy in the gym.
Number 9. SpiderMan The Dick.
What?
For many comic book fans, Spider-Man is one of the most relatable superheroes going. A young and vibrant character who's quick-witted and intelligent, but also socially awkward and a little shy.
He
And a
is.
bit spidery. But he's also had
is.
moments of being a total dick, especially when it involves his longtime adversary turned friend, Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. For example, Spider-Man crashes one of Johnny's parties and, without provocation, proceeds to antagonize Storm and his friends with webbing and insults. Webbing and insults. Just think about that combination of irritants. Webbing and insults. What a cunt. Number 8. Aunt May's almost husband.
What?
The defining moment in Spider-Man's career is, of course, the death of his Uncle Ben, who was proper done in during a murder, and that by recklessly headbutting an oncoming bullet. Spider-Man, who had an opportunity to stop the murderer earlier, declined out of selfishness, learning an important lesson in the process. The sequence is so iconic and important to the Spider-Man mythos, it has been dubbed his Uncle Ben moment. Except Spider-Man almost didn't have an Uncle Ben. In one seldom mentioned issue, Aunt May was getting set to marry a rapscallion named Johnny Jerome. I mean, come on. A criminal who was once convicted of murder. And she also nearly
course,
married
the
Doc
Parker look.
Octopus, both of whom, I suppose, you could call stepdads for whackers. Hashtag stepdads for whackers. Feel free to use that line on your stepdads, rebellious youths. Number 7. Spider-Man The Cab. It's difficult to find a Spider-Man romance that ended well. Gwen Stacy, his first love, inadvertently had her neck snapped by Spidey's webbing, depending on who you talk to. And Mary Jane Watson had her marriage annulled to Peter Parker via a deal her
One more
husband
day.
made with the devil,
One more
Mephisto.
day.
Standard. It should be noted, however, that at numerous times in Spider-Man comic book history, Peter has acted unjustifiably cruelly to potential love interests. In
That
grad
part
school,
was
he
Otto
stood up to
Octavius
timid
right there.
Deb Whitman, and at work he
okay.
practically broke up Betty Brant's marriage and then didn't pursue a relationship when it turned out she wasn't legally separated from her husband yet. What a hero. Number 6. Spider-Man The Objectivist. In
What?
addition to being a brilliant artist, Spider-Man co-creator Steve Ditko was also a known follower of philosopher Ayn Rand. Rand's philosophy of objectivism, which maintained that the individual's right of self-happiness trumped everything else, blah 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 blah, is one of the core tenets of modern-day libertarianism. Blah. Towards the end of Ditko's run on Amazing Spider-Man, little bits and pieces of objectivism found their way into the series. The most blatant instance of objectivism in a Spider-Man comic came in Ditko's very last issue of Amazing Spider-Man number 38. In it, Peter is walking by a group of student protesters and says to himself, "What are they after this time?" The implication being that student protesters in the 1960s didn't actually contribute anything to society, but they were more than happy to take. Cool. Number 5. He has turned into a spider many times.
Oh yeah,
Marvel
he
has long had this
has!
fascination with transforming Spider-Man into some semblance of an actual Spider-Man,
Superior Spider-Man.
and then promptly forgetting and abandoning the storyline.
Well, see you later.
The first time this happened was in Amazing Spider-Man number 100, a special event issue that was also Stan Lee's last script on the title. Peter ingests a serum designed to eliminate his spider powers and instead sprouts 4 new arms.
I remember that from the
Awesome.
TV
It
show in
happened
the
again
90s,
2004,
though.
when, during a battle with the mysterious Spider Queen, Peter is literally transformed
Into the man
into a
spider.
spider. And then again, a year later, when he's killed by the vampire Morlun and is then resurrected
Oh, yeah,
with a
when he
brand
becomes
new
the
power
other.
set. You see, unlike his webbing, none of these stuck. Number 4.
Yeah, at least it was-
Live from New York, it's Spider-Man. The Marvel Team-Up series featured its fair share of wacky and outrageous pairings during its 150-issue run, but none were as silly and shameless as 1978's Marvel Team-Up number 74. Rather than team Spider-Man up with a random superhero or Marvel property, the comic aligned Spidey with the cast of Saturday Night Live, which at the time included the likes of John Belushi, Bill Murray,
I just saw Eddie Van Halen. Really? Yeah, he's a zombie.
and Dan Aykroyd, and the cast finds themselves in hot water when Belushi receives a ring that the evil Silver Samurai is chasing after. Typical. Truthfully, Marvel Team-Up number 74 is harmless fun, but it also stampedes all over the fourth wall and can't be bothered to be consistent about what is and isn't fiction within their own universe.
Yep, that's
Crazy
the problem with Marvel
bastards.
sometimes.
Number 3. Spider-Man The Killer.
Oh,
Ugh.
I gotta hear this
Okay, here
one.
we go. Most comic book fans assume that Spider-Man is a beacon of morality who never compromises on his famous mantra, with great power must also come responsibility. And they would be right, mostly. But Spider-Man has killed, and in
That
some
was Superior
cases, he
Spider-Man,
has
though.
killed intentionally. And he will
That
kill
was
again.
Superior
I don't know
Spider-Man,
if he will.
though.
Maybe, probably. In an early issue of Marvel Team-Up, Spidey
Oh,
accidentally kills the villain Moondark when he knocks him through a portal that drops him from the top of the Golden Gate Bridge into the water below. He then jokes, "Even I can't hang around crying over spilt magicians. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And
Why?
then in the Spider-Man vs.
Which one
Wolverine
is this
original graphic novel, Spidey inadvertently kills Wolverine's friend Charlie by brutally punching her in the face. Apparently
Aw,
he thinks she's
damn.
Wolverine sneaking up on him. Bad reason, friend.
That
Bad
sucks.
reason. Number 2. The Spidermobile.
Oh, come on.
In the wake
Wait,
of
is
the
this the
tragic death of Peter
current one or
Parker's
the-
girlfriend,
this
Gwen
one?
Stacy, Marvel decided to lighten the mood of the Amazing Spider-Man by introducing a new distraction. The web-slinger is asked by 2 advertising
about this one,
executives
but the
to
current
build
one
and
is actually
promote
pretty cool, though,
a car.
when I read the comics.
Spidey initially refuses the offer as he's a superhero who uses web shooters and it's a car, but reconsiders when he realizes the promotion could help him make rent. Fine, I suppose.
Is
With the help of
justified.
Johnny Storm, the man he torments sometimes, Spider-Man unveils the Spidermobile. The car is an instant flop, and after a few issues, the vehicle is dumped in the river. Number 1. Chapter 1.
What?
Many comic book fans consider Spider-Man's origin, as featured in Amazing Fantasy number 15, the most perfect story the medium has to offer. In the span of only 11 pages, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko managed to perfectly plot a tale that's thrilling, inspiring, and tragic. The story is considered untouchable, except for that one time Marvel actually touched it. In 1999, industry all-star John Byrne scripted and penciled a reimagining of Spidey's earliest days as part of a 12-part miniseries dubbed SpiderMan Chapter 1. And just in case anyone doubted how serious Marvel was about Chapter 1, the publisher promoted the miniseries as canon, claiming what Byrne put forward was the new origin story for Spider-Man. While the series sold fairly well, fans have grown to detest Chapter 1 and all it represented. Nothing Byrne presented changed Spider-Man's origin story that dramatically, just put his stamp on it and claimed it as his own. There was one minor change that linked the birth of Spider-Man and his longtime enemy Dr. Octopus via the same lab explosion, but that's pretty much it. Fortunately, Marvel would go on to drop Chapter 1 as canon. And that's our list. Are there any embarrassing Spidey moments we left off? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can even follow me here on Twitter if you're fans. I'm Ben from What Culture, and thanks for watching.
No problem. Man, I am a bit surprised. I'm like, some things I did see kind of coming in this video, but there are some things I didn't. Like the fact that he killed somebody, like, that wasn't Superior Spider-Man, like other Doc Ock's in Peter's body, but the fact that an old comic like that, and it just happened, like, oh jeez. And I did know about the Spidermobile before, not the current one, the one that was in the all new, all different, Amazing Spider-Mans, but I knew about that one, but I knew there was a other Spidermobile, like, back a long time ago in the comic before, prior to that. But I didn't know it was like, I didn't think most people would find it to be shit. In this case, I think he said it was kind of a shit thing of the Spidermobile, but just to pay rent for promotion. I mean, promotion just to help him pay rent. I was like, oh, okay. And what else was it? And also the fact that he turned into Spider like 3 times. I knew he did that. I just didn't think it was bad though. Like the time when he did it in the other Evolve or Die, I thought that was pretty cool and badass as well. When he actually did that, and eventually after that, when he revived everything, he grew he could put spikes out of his where his web shooters were. I was just like, okay, that's pretty cool. When I heard the story about Evolve or Die and actually saw Rangovitz and Michael 12's review on it, so. And the fact is, his love life though. His love life is just like, yeah, Spider-Man's love life hasn't been the best in Marvel Comics at all. Especially that One More Day shit. That One More Day shit, everyone knows that shit got everyone pissed. So, I really have nothing else to say other than that. But I just found this to be a bit surprising, though, for some things about to be in Spider-Man. But Chapter 1, though. Chapter 1 was the thing that was like, oh, wait, that shit's canon? I mean, I never read Chapter 1, but the fact that it's basically a reboot and everything's canon for it and nothing's really changed, except he's just, the writer was just telling it in his own way, and it's canon, just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You can't, like, reboot the story like Spider-Man like that easily. You can't just redo Stan Lee's first story of origin of Spider-Man. So I'm just saying, you can't do that to me. In my eyes, you can't. I'm pretty sure that some people can agree with me as well on that. But I just find, from this video, I find it to be very shocking from some things to be about Spider-Man that Marvel actually wants you to forget. I don't know if what wall culture things Marvel wants you to forget, or just, it probably might be true though. So, but yeah, I found this video to be a bit shocking though. I saw some things coming, and there's some things I didn't see coming. So yeah. But let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think what wall culture is saying about wanting you forget about Spider-Man is accurate though? Because I think it is kind of accurate. What they make you want to forget. Some of it I don't, but some of it I think they do. But yeah, but just comment down below what you guys think, and please like the video if you want to see more in the future, because I am still doing reaction videos, of course, and subscribe for more reaction videos in the future and other stuff I do on my channel, because I do more than just reaction videos. So yeah, because that makes life happy, of course. But in any case, that's all I have to say for this video. So for those who are watching, thank you for watching, and until next time, 224 Vic is out.